Smooth 98.1. Here we are, 5 on the dot, which means 5 at 5. I'm Sope Martins, keeping you company with the Smooth Drive up until 8 p.m. And right now, I'm about to take you on a little trip into my mind. And I would love to get a look see into your mind as well. So, wherever you are, if you've got time and you've got your phone, send me a WhatsApp message to 0809 440 981. I almost forgot the number. There we go. 0809 981. Send me a message with your musings on life, or if you have anything to say about my musings as well. All right, so I'm going to start off my first musing, my very first one for a Tuesday evening is, yeah, it's really kind of more of a warning. Don't follow people. Seriously, just don't do it, because people are going to push you along the path to destruction. Then, when you are right there at the precipice, about to fall to your destruction, they're going to disappear. I kid you not. So, I have my Disney version of this. It happened to me recently over the festive period. I went to a party and I knew that I had to go to work the next day. And this was when I had to go to work. I work by 5 a.m. And that night was epic. So, I said to the people around me, I have to go to work tomorrow at 5 o'clock, i.e., in a few hours. But then these people started complaining. You can't go, shopper. You don't need to leave. Just stay. Everything is going to be okay. When I said that I was going to be the one to wake up the next morning, one of them, and I remember this clearly, one of them said he would send his driver to pick me up the next day and take me to work. He was like, what is it? Is it not just to go to work? Come on, we can do this. Of course. 4:30 the next morning. Did I see a driver? No, I didn't. To be fair, I mean, I knew it wasn't going to happen, but still. Anyway, so after work, when I now called the person who had offered their driver and to take me to work when I was sleeping in the car, which never happened, I called that person. I was like, okay. So that didn't happen. And the confidence with which they told me that they had put their driver on standby because they weren't going to wake up anytime soon that day was astounding. So, once again, I say, don't follow people. Okay, so this actually leads me to my second musing for the day, and this one is for my single brethren who are surrounded by inquiring minds. See, there are only two people, at least legally, inside a marriage. So don't get married because people are pushing you to do it. Marry at your own time and in your own inclination, or don't get married if you don't want to. Because the people who follow you to the registry or the church or wherever it is are not going to be the ones to follow you if anything goes wrong, even if it gets to the point of signing those divorce papers. So get married when you're good and ready to. And the same thing goes for having children. And the naming ceremony. Close your ears if you want a long honeymoon. Close your ears if you only want one child. Close your ears if you want to space your children out for your peace of mind. Because the same people who came to rejoice at the christening, the naming ceremony, whatever and wherever they came, are not going to be there to pay your expensive school fees or offer up babysitting services to you. So just know this and know peace. All right, so my third musing is mm, about near death situations. So, have you ever been in a near death situation? Now, when I say near death, I mean, were you in a car and maybe you crossed the intersection and another car came zooming past you, and had it been 2 seconds, in fact, no, 2 milliseconds later or earlier, you would have been dead. Like the car would have hit you, you would have been crushed. They would have you had to separate your body from the car. Have you ever been in one of those? Like everybody would be dead in that situation. Because I remember this thing happened to me. I was in a car, I was driving, and there was an intersection. And a car just came zooming out of nowhere, and I don't know what it was, but I just it was a case of I didn't even do anything. I didn't even have enough time to react. We all saw in the car, we all saw our lives flash before our very eyes. And there was just a moment of silence when after that had happened. Everybody was just stunned, you know? That thing is so scary and it really makes you appreciate life and the fact that it can go anytime. So yeah, have you ever been in one of those? Because I have, and it was very, very eye opening. Okay, so that's my third musing. Oh, I'm going through these quite quickly. All right, my fourth musing is on something that I've noticed, and I don't know why. It's something that I just see a lot of people doing, and I'm not a fan. And that is not being able to separate the issues from the person, right? So I see people who disagree with other people's views, which is normal. We're all different human beings with different experiences, different thoughts, different points of views, all of that. We are very, very different, even when we are sometimes the same. But then, and I only ever saw it really, really, really on a almost everywhere basis when I came back home to Lagos. And that is when you disagree with someone's views and you start insulting the person. I mean, and I noticed it a lot. Like people will call up and they'll be talking, and when they wanted to disagree with someone else's view, they wouldn't just disagree with the view. They'll say, "Oh, this person must need this. This person must be this." And so they'll, it's like our people spend a long time abusing the person who came up with the view before they now get to the issue. Where did that come from? Why is that? Can't we separate the person from the issue? Let's think about it. Let's see if we can do that. I mean, not everything has to be personal. That's just what I think. All right. And speaking about personal, um, there's something I also noticed, and I feel like these two go hand in hand, which is making disagreeing with people's views and making it personal. But this next one is also being a fan and then really, really making it personal. So with fandom, I've realized, and I hope other people are starting to realize, that you can be a fan and you can still give constructive criticism. Because we have got to make the distinction, especially politically, by the way. You can support somebody, but you can still say, okay, I feel like this person is a little weak on this, he can get better. That's not a bad thing. Not no one is a god, man. No one is a god. So why is it that as soon as we're fans of people, okay, I know I always speak about Burna, but Burna Boy fans are really something else. They have just noticed. In fact, I know it's not just Burna. Obedience have also been quite vociferous in their fandom. In fact, you know what? Just a lot of different fans. Those are just two that come to the top of my mind. I see the messages coming. I'll read them in just a bit. But yeah, I just see that people, you can't give any sort of critique of the person that they're a fan of without them coming for you or issuing death threats or anything like that. So please, can we make the distinction between constructive criticism, which is they're supposed to build people up and encourage people to get better, and destructive criticism, which is supposed to tear them down, right? Because there's some people out there giving constructive criticism and getting slaps in return from the fans. One is good, one is bad. We can do better in a fandom. Okay, so I see your messages coming in on 0809 444 981. Okay. Oh, Ian says, oh boy, I can relate. I think they do that so that the next time you won't dare nurture that view of yours that they hate so much, or when they abuse you to the nth and then start to and focus on the issue later. He goes on to say, we Africans are so phenomenal. You need to see how I'm laughing at this, your fourth musing. Okay, love it. And Ikedia from Ikeja says the lawyers have a term, bad apple from the is this poison fruit of the forbidden tree or something like that, right? Bad apple from the forbidden tree. The issues most time are the same as the person. I'm not sure about, you know what? I'm not sure about that one. Even if they're just supporting a person and they start abusing them for supporting that person, I don't know. We can do better. All right, so yeah, those are my 5 musings, and you can catch them up on youtube.com/smooth981fm Lagos. I even put it up on our Instagram at smooth981. Go follow us across the different social media platforms so that you can see what we get up to on a daily basis. Okay, coming up at 5:15, it is going to be the Business Hub. Roses will be joining me. We'll have a guest in as well. It's going to be an interesting conversation. Don't go anywhere. 98.1.